Hi guys, I'm working from home today in the home office. Put a piece on the blog this week of a little tip and trick, I guess, or a bit of advice. Something that I used and it was absolutely life-changing for me. Increased my turnover, increased my profit. And while I did that, I actually wrote the job description for my next member of staff. And after some thought, I decided to call it my shit list. And I know that's not a pretty name, but it works really well and I'd love for you to have a crack at it. It's quite simple really. All you've got to do is, for a week, write down everything you do. Well, if you can't do a week, because it takes a lot of dedication to do a week, 1 day, 2 days, just write down all the jobs, all the activities, all the things you do in a day, okay? Just stick them on a list. You'll be amazed how much you actually get through, because as business owners we actually take for granted some of the things we do every day. So write down everything you do on a list. Then in a bit of quiet time, just split the list. So you can split the list into something like this. So you like and hate, okay? So love and hate. So write down things you love. From the list of things you've done, split the list. So you can see on here, look, I just labeled love and hate. Split the list up, and I kind of just put down the things that I like, and this is things like, I love things like selling, I love meeting clients, I like doing the blogs, I love doing the video blogs, I like writing, doing quotes, anything really to do with sales is I really enjoy. That's my background. And then funny enough, on the things that I hated was things like bookkeeping, bank reconciliations, networking events, all those kind of things, bank runs, administration. So all those things were keeping me away from doing all the things that I needed to do in order to grow the business and to make us more successful. And I've lost count of the amount of times I've seen people actually telling me, I haven't got time to do certain things, I haven't got the number of staff that I need in order to free my day up to make sure that I can do the stuff that makes us money. But actually what I did is, when I did split this list, actually, the bit on the hate side, there, the bit on the hate side, that's somebody's job description. Your next member of staff's job description. The most important thing, what really shocked me actually when I did it was the amount of time I spent doing stuff that wasn't taking us forward. It had to get done, don't get me wrong, bookkeeping, bank reconciliation. It's all got to get done, but it doesn't have to get done by me. It needs to get done by somebody. And I realized that I was probably spending 90% of my time doing stuff that I didn't like, that actually wasn't moving the company forward, and only 10% of my time doing the stuff that I enjoyed and actually making the money for the business. So I was supporting all my staff on really 10% of my time. So I made it a mission to say, well, how could I flip that? How can I spend 10% of the time on stuff that I didn't like, and how can I spend 90% of the time on the stuff that I do like and would take the business forward? By freeing up more of my time, I would then be able to spend more time doing good stuff, but also more time training other people, taking on a sales force, spending time with those guys, having the ability then to time in my diary to help train and educate these people. So it was a massive win-win. And so what I did is I recruited, actually, for that column. This is just an example, but the column was a little bit bigger. But what it pointed out is I needed, just using this example, I need someone who's strong on admin skills, who has got some sort of accounts or bookkeeping background, who doesn't mind doing the admin, who's strong on paperwork, organized, and all of a sudden I could recruit that person. So what I did, when I did this exercise, is within 2 weeks, I was recruiting for that role. So within 4 weeks, I had filled the position. And within 3 months, I wasn't doing any of the stuff that I didn't like anymore. And then turnover increased, profitability increased. I was able to take on other people in order to backfill, in order to grow the business even further. And I've used this with various clients, and it works really well. It works very, very well. It's a very simple technique. And I know Dean won't mind me telling you, Dean Thistleton from Concept Pools up in Huddersfield. He uses this all the time. So every single thing, and he is very structured, and he's seen his business increase. He's grown 400% year on year for the last 2 years, which is no mean feat. But he uses this all the time. So try and do it. Remember, just catalog everything you do on a daily basis for 1, 2, maybe 5 days if you can. Categorize that list then into love and hate. The hate section is your shit list. That is your job description for your next employee. Just because you hate those tasks doesn't mean everybody else does. But it will free your time up to do other things with the business, working on the business, not in it. It'll work for you. It'll work for you, I know it will. So, give it a go. Free your time up. What's on your shit list? Give it a go.